Okay. Um, as you can see, it's really early. I feel the need to always make videos because I know that I don't know when's the last time I'll be able to. So it's like a way to be able to see the stories of what's happening to me. Uh, as target individual, we are human subject, and we a lot of things are happening to us, and a lot of reality is just removed from us. They try to create this false reality, and you have these doofuses and these retards who try to paint this fantasy of what they're part of. I'm a TI, I'm a target individual. That means that I'm a human subject. That means that the government, specifically DoD, is utilizing defense technology onto us. Um, these technology are super sophisticated. You know, they can destroy your body remotely. They can do so much to your body, and it is extremely advanced technology. It is technology that can do so much to you, not only physically but mentally. It does horrible things to the body, but the most sophisticated aspect of it is what it can do to the mind. We can get connected to your brain is hooked to some kind of device that manipulates your brain, and it's just the things they make you experience is just nasty. But at the same time, this contrast of things that happens, where you are surrounded by people who are contracted to create this false reality. The contrast is as sophisticated the technology is, the people involved in the are like children almost. It's like it's a weird contrast of like extremely sophistication with childlike individuals. And I'm not saying that to just insult them. I'm saying that because it's just like ridiculous. Like you can't even believe that these people want you to believe this fantasy they put together, because their job is to create a psyop, right? To make you believe that this is anything but this large government that should believe that this next door childlike individual is the one, and her group of friends are just avenging. Like these storylines that they're just so childlike. The technology is amazingly so advanced. The way things are orchestrated, the sophistication. You have people like this. I've shown this picture as people like this who live around you, who like you would never believe that somebody like that is running the program, or that's their money or whatever BS. You see that, knowing that they're just like contracted to do whatever they're supposed to do. Right? You will never look at them, and I don't think they notice that. I don't think they see themselves. To ever believe that I will be like, oh my gosh, this person is like, oh, she's avenging. Look at her. You can see obviously she's just a participant. Whatever incentive she gets, I'm sure she gets the excitement and the empowerment of knowing that you're involved in a program that can do so much to your body. You can see somebody like that can enjoy doing this, but you know she's not like the person that is going to run the program here. That's without her, this thing will happen to you. You know she's nothing. But I'm sure a person like that enjoys this empowerment. You think this person like that has her life together, but all of a sudden you think that that she's using this sophisticated technology because she made it. Like you understand, like so they create these things, these storylines, this fantasy, because they contract this trash to do foul things. Those are the kind of trash who come up with their own little fantasy, the stories they can come up with. It's just they have no shame. As one as I heard, they're the enemy of shame, meaning they have no shame, shameless like a motherfucker. Excuse my language. Kids like that, wanting to think that there's some kind of femme fatale. Delusionality is supreme for this purpose, but that's their job. Their job is to create and paint a fantasy that's not real. She knows this person. She's in a program that tortured children and women. And then they have retards that talk. Sorry, I gotta come down and say that people like that are contracted by government entities to partake in the torment of a target individual, which also includes women and children. But her at least is visible. To see those who are invisible, in a sense that as a target individual, you deal with the voice to scale. You have people who interact with you via voice to skull. Those are beyond like delusional. They take delusionality on another level. You know what they do to children. If you forget about certain things, um, about what they do to children, please listen to the sample. I have no problem bringing that a million times. I don't, it's not going to change what's going to happen to me, but me seeing them, knowing that, and then trying to create that reality doesn't go well together. And the failure they're going to have, the only failure that's possible, is the failure that the fantasy never, this psyop they created will never be subscribed to, will never be identified to. This is the things they can do.
I'm currently a speech language pathologist working in private practice with young children. I had a 7-year-old client who has autism. Make her bite her hand, methods are cyclical in severity. And I observed both of these girls suddenly grabbing their genitals in pain.
Those are like 4-year-old, 5-year-old kids with Down syndrome being tortured. Now, they use test subjects that are even children. And then this is obviously this test subjects is for the purpose of improving a technology that's very advanced. But you have these people like I show who create this bubble of fantasy. For example, like I said, I deal with V2K, voice to school. The interactions with the people via V2K, these people, when you see, like, oh my gosh, another level. They create this, like, no, now you pay. You heard what they just do to kids. Now you pay. It's like a child that's been humiliated, and reality has been too obvious, and they still want to gaslight you. They still want you to believe that they protect kids, that they're avenging kids, when you hear what they do to kids. And they just randomly some oh yeah, no, you pay, you're gonna die. It's like our fate, it's like the trash. And they love this empowerment. In their mind, they've created this fantasy like they're like these gods, and because once you're a target individual, your life is over basically. Anything can happen to you. And so they find the special aspect of, oh, we can do all this to you. Yes, you can do all this thing to me because you are working for the Department of Defense, and I'm a guinea pig, like they're guinea pigs, and you can do anything to them. I'm not even making it hard in the sense I'm not moving around, I'm not getting, some target individuals do whatever is necessary to survive. So they pack up the stuff, go wherever, move to place to place to place to survive. They'll even be homeless when they have houses. They do everything. Listen to this shit. Excuse my language. Listen to this woman. She has everything. She has a house. She big house, but she decided for the purpose of survival to do this.
I need help. I need you guys to come. Harassment and torture. I am a targeted individual. Why? Because it hurts. I need help. I need you guys to come get me. It's brutally painful. I have a house, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, first floor, second floor, 2 garage, backyard, land, everything. Can't live in my house. My neighbors are shooting direct energy weapons through my house. I hold my heart like this. You know why? Because it hurts. I need help. I need you guys to come get me. Come get me.
This piece of shit then try to create. You have people, neighbors, well, quote unquote neighbors, but some of them are just people who just moved in just to apply this technology onto the target individual, right? And They're a nasty piece of shit. But they want to create this delusionality of what these people are. You hear this, you heard this woman. Sounds familiar? There's a lot of testimonials like that. Neighbors are doing things to me and whatever. They surround the target individual, and they use this technology onto them, women, children, whoever. Then try to create this fantasy of why they're doing it. Try to make it seem like it's anything but this massive government that is using human subjects as guinea pigs to see these people. That's what they call they say that they're like the enemy of shame. But like what kind of embarrassment is that? It's embarrassing because you hear the testimony. I didn't make this thing up. It's like reality is what they try to escape from. You think some trash like that next door is really like, she's a nothing. In my mind, like not even my mind, the way they've been trying to paint is like she's like a rival. I mean, shut up. This is just another perp next door. I really care less about her. I won't care. Like she died tomorrow, I won't even notice anything. She's just a trash. But the way they've been creating stories, like, now we're gonna revenge. This is personal. It's like, yeah, you're personally torturing this woman. You're personally torturing these children. You're personally causing this mass shooting. You delusional shit. Do you want to hear what personal things you've done? How you personally suffocate that 7-year-old? This is what they do. This is what they're part of. I'm never going to let them live that fantasy where they want you to be like, now you're avenging the nice person now. It's nasty trash. You hear doing these horrible things to babies. They live this deluded reality. And they try to agitate you into acceptance. I'm just thankful that these perps can never make me subscribe to these things. Now, it's not going to stop what's going to happen to me. Trash like that. And not her specifically. I don't know if it's to be true, if her specifically. But it sounds like she definitely, but a child like trash like that, I'm saying how they're going to frame me. They say how they're going to frame me and then you're going to die in just like I would die in hell. Because these bottom feeders have done so much horrible things to the most vulnerable people. And when I say them, these people were like excited, tell me, oh, I can melt you. It's like, yes. You know why? Do you think I think that you can melt me because you like this, for example, is like a super engineer who can create technology that can melt human beings remotely this way? You can melt me because you work for the government. And these government entities that you're working for are utilizing this technology that can melt me to continuously advance and develop this technology. And I'm a guinea pig, I'm a test subject. Just like these people here. This is a woman with her young child. She recognized what this is about, and she talks about what she goes through with her young child.
That's the investor.
My name is Catherine Nestor, and I'm from Pennsylvania. This commission has spoken of a long history of abuse of the human research subject. Although no one mentioned MK Ultra today, President Clinton recently apologized for this. My young child and I have been used as non-consensual test subjects. We have been subjected to COINTELPRO-like stalking, remote neural monitoring, and electromagnetic torture, resulting in psychological and physical damage. And I won't go into the details of that because I have 4 pages written in here that is very similar to Connie's testimony. Please do not wait 70 years to investigate this. I ask Dr. Amy Gutman to begin.
You hear this woman begging for help, begging to stop what's happening to her and her young child. Let me show you who's involved in this. This is the kind of trash involved in this program. The reason why I'm not showing the face is because their face means nothing. They're nobodies. But those are kind of people who will be living around a target individual, men, women, or even children involved. I mean, men and women, even children could be included, and do these nasty things. They are nasty. And for me, I see them for truly what they are. Nothings. Regardless of what nastiness they're going to do. They tell me how they're going to frame it. I don't know the frame they're going to experience. They're going to apply onto me. But here's the example they say they're going to do. This trash, for example. Yesterday I was listening to this.
Recently endorsed and helped pass key legislation in Congress, the End National Defense and Network Abuse Act. The provision, authored by Senator Brain Schatz, D. High, and co-sponsored by Senator Lisa Murkowski RAK, is included in the annual National Defense Authorization Act and is expected to be signed into law. The End Network Abuse Act would assist the Pentagon in stopping the Department of Defense's DoD illegal use of the government network to view, possess, trade, and even produce child pornography. Millions of
Now, obviously, this trash is not, and she's not this technology, this whatever is happening to me, I will never, of course, believe that this is somebody who's like running this. Like, I understand that she's just a small part in this program that do these things to us target individual. And whatever I'm experiencing, even though she could be pressing buttons and involved in the radiation I'm experiencing, I know that this trash doesn't have the know-how of like creating this you think this person with this kind of sophisticated technology comes because she just, of course. I understand this technology that I'm experiencing that is being harmful to me is technology coming from the DoD. And you hear what's going on in the DoD. And they try to do everything possible to diverge from reality. Because we are a human subject, and when I say we, it's men, women, and children. And there's plenty of testimonials. While this trash, people like her, and honestly, there's people way more deluded and more cowardly than her. But if you think this, if I show this person, and I say this is not as cowardly and deluded as it gets, you can only imagine. They have come up with, you have people like her, like interacting with me via V2K. I remember this one next door neighbor, oh my gosh, she has like asthma, she looked like, oh my gosh, she's like a child. This deluded trash and it's so disgusting. They've been using these psyops, right? Psyops is the way they try to cover up. This one I show you here, you see her for, like when I see her, it's less of a psyop in the sense that I can see her just enjoying what she's involved in the sense that like she feels special in her mind. She could believe she's like some kind of like in a mission. Like she's like a childlike individual, deluded as it gets. Look how they look at their phone. They think they believe that because I see them looking at their phone, I'm not thinking that I'm being manipulated. That they saw what's happening. Like, not only you saw what's happening, what I experienced, but I'm being manipulated to experience it this way. Very well. Look. They are looking as if like their phone is what's going to make me believe, oh my gosh, they're looking at their phone so like deep. So, man, I'm not being manipulated. But before I get there, the psyops. Like I said, I was listening to this person interacting with me via V2K, the way she make herself talk. They are like children. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to describe that. I wish I could have filmed the way they make themselves walking. Like they in their mind, they've created this like femme fatale, like they're this kind of like fierce group of women, and you see how pathetic they actually are. But you know that this technology, this program, has empowered them, because what's going to happen to me is going to be horrible. But it's not going to be horrible because this dumbass wore the way she's walking. Without her being there, without all of them being there, nothing would have changed. It would be a different type of death, but I'll be in a program where they are torturing me slowly. But they have empowered the losers who don't even understand that. I understand my situation is over. But they come in and whatever they're going to do, it's like, yeah. The person I have on my phone as a background is the real person who destroyed my life. These people, they are just killing somebody whose life was already destroyed. Basically, it's like, and I don't want to minimize myself, but the way I look at it is, my death was already signed. Perhaps one can say I was dead already. And you have these losers who come in with this fantasy that they want to create. And you see the way they even walk when, like with this like weird, awkward / confidence that they want to create. It's like, oh, you're not gonna say two words, you won't walk properly. Because this is so fraudulent. I know you work for the DOD. I know what you're doing to me is what you've done to even women and children. I know. The feminism thing is so disgusting. And for me, the worst is when I see this like white, super progressive individuals. And when I mean white, I'm not only like actually Caucasian, but also like, the mold of like extremely progressive who will say all the right pronouns and everything else, super PC, radical at the same time, but involving this nastiness. And so when I put things in perspective, for example, I know there's a bunch of females being involved in the torture of women.
Occasion, I was told I was going to be shot in the face, and it was an older guy. He was like really, really disgruntled and pissed off. Yeah, just shoot, shot in the face. You know, sound like an angry ass old person. You know, then a couple of days later, a female said the same thing. Oh, he shot in the face. You know, stupid shit like that. But what I really noticed is, with the voice of skull, it's a bunch of females. You know, and I'm like, bro, really? You're not a woman. What real woman would soften another female or sit back and allow that to go on? You really think they think there's nothing wrong with them? Basically, you know, they call me a retarded bitch and all this here, but I was top of my class in everything that I did. You know, every class I took, I excelled academically. So